The sun burned low over the vast thickets of Shakahola, its golden light swallowed by the shadows of an endless forest. A faint wind rustled through the acacia trees, carrying the smell of dust and decay. In a nearby village, whispers had started spreading. People spoke of families who vanished after joining a fasting ministry. Mothers, fathers, even children. They had gone to meet the Messiah in the forest and never returned. At first, the police dismissed the rumors as superstition. But when a terrified young girl, barefoot and trembling, stumbled out of the forest claiming they are burying them alive, the nightmare began to unravel. Detective Moses Kenga was called from Malindi to lead the search. A seasoned officer hardened by years of grim discoveries, even he felt unease as he entered Shakahola Forest. "Stay close," he warned his team. The dense vegetation muffled every sound except for the crunch of leaves underfoot. After an hour, they came across the first shallow grave, a mound of freshly turned earth marked by a crude wooden cross. A faint smell hung in the air. They dug. Within minutes, the body of a young woman appeared, thin and frail, hands clasped in what seemed to be prayer. That was grave number 1. By the end of the day, they had found 7. News spread like wildfire. The world learned about Pastor Paul Mackenzie, the self-proclaimed prophet who preached that starvation was the path to heaven. He had convinced hundreds to fast until death, promising they would meet Jesus sooner. Survivors told chilling stories. He said food was evil, one woman wept. He said the world was ending, and we had to purify ourselves. Detective Kenga sat in his tent that night, staring at the photos on his desk. Families lying side by side, graves dug with precision. Something about the scene felt wrong. Too organized, too deliberate. Days turned to weeks. Over 200 bodies were exhumed, yet Kenga couldn't shake the feeling that someone else was involved. One evening, as the team cleared a new section, a ranger called out, "Sir, you need to see this." Buried beneath a heap of dry leaves was a stack of burnt notebooks, Mackenzie's sermons. But in the margins were signatures and initials. Among them, a name stood out, Brother Caleb. Caleb was Mackenzie's deputy, a quiet man who handled the logistics. He had disappeared before the raids. Witnesses later said he took people deeper into the forest. 2 days later, a team found a small wooden cabin miles from the main camp. Inside were empty jerry cans, ropes, and children's clothes. And on the wall, painted in red, "The Last Fast Begins." Under the floorboards, a horrifying discovery. A group of shallow graves, smaller than the others. They were children. Kenga felt his breath hitch. This wasn't fasting, he muttered. This was a slaughter. Then came the twist no one saw coming. A forensic pathologist's report revealed that many of the victims hadn't starved. They had been strangled. Others showed blunt force trauma. It was no longer mass suicide, it was mass murder. Brother Caleb was found weeks later, hiding in a safe house near Kilifi. When arrested, he broke down and confessed. They tried to leave. The prophet said, "Anyone who breaks the fast betrays God. I only obeyed his word." Behind him, Mackenzie smiled silently during interrogation, a smile that chilled everyone in the room. Months later, the forest was sealed off. The graves, marked by white crosses, stretched endlessly under the Shakahola sun. Detective Kenga stood at the edge of the field, staring at the final tally, over 400 lives lost. He whispered, all they wanted was heaven, and they found hell instead. As the wind blew softly through the trees, the once sacred forest stood as Kenya's darkest scar, a place where faith was twisted into death, and silence screamed louder than prayers. Like and subscribe for more gripping true crime stories, where truth is darker than fiction.